Are you ready to play with one of the most vibrant and expressive mediums out there? Join me as I turn simple shapes into an energetic still life using soft pastels. Let's talk about the materials I'll be using. I'm using the craft paper from Scholar, the Faber-Castell Pit pencils, the soft pastels from Mungyo, and a palette, a brush, and matte medium. This lovely reference is from Instagram. I've mentioned the artist who shared this reference, and you can go and check out her page. She has a YouTube channel too. While sketching, my basic goal is to just get the simple shapes of the object and not go into too much of detail. It's all about simplification. I simplify the subject as much as I can. To keep it really loose, try to sketch within 5 to 10 minutes. Here I'm using an orange pencil, and I realize that it is not pretty visible on the video. I'm really sorry about that, but that was the shade that I needed to get the basic sketch done. It's now time to block in the colors, and I'm starting with the background, and I'm using a light blue color to just lay in the background. At this stage, I'm not going to work on getting the exact shades, but just lay down a base color on which I can work on later. This actually started off an experiment where I applied matte medium over the base colors. This helps me fix the base colors, also provides more tooth for the future layers which are going to be added in, and you could apply the coat of diluted matte medium after you've done the entire block in, but I usually just do the background so that I don't dirty the main subject with the background color. This coat is going to fix the base layer, and after it completely dries, I'm going to be adding in more layers. The orange slices in the photograph are pretty dark. I'm going to be toning down the value a bit and even going to be demarcating the shadow and the light area. For the lighter areas, I'm going to be using vibrant orange and yellows, whereas for the shadow areas, I'm going to be going in with a more brownish or a muted orange color. Now I like to blend my soft pastels. This just helps me add more layers. You can blend the colors with a paper stump or a fine cloth or even your fingers. I think fingers work the best. I also keep a sheet of paper handy where I can keep checking the chroma and the value before putting in the color on the paper. An important thing that we need to keep doing is keep shaking off the loose powder from the painting, otherwise we would get muddy colors. You can also fix in between layers using a spray fixative. I don't use that, and usually I reserve that for the end of the painting so that you can protect it and it doesn't get spoiled. The best way to preserve a soft pastel painting is to frame it behind glass. Now that I'm done with the orange slices, it's time to add the shadow. The occlusion shadow is the darkest, that is the place where the subject is touching the surface is the darkest, and as you move away from the subject, it gets lighter. So we need to soften the edges of the shadow, and that can be done by blending. With the block-in now complete, now I'm adding in the next layer. That is, I'm now refining the areas where I need to add in more color. As you can see, I've added a layer on the background, and now it is more brighter and more vibrant. Now soft pastels are available in a variety of shades, that is, you could have a 72 shade box or a 120 shade box. I have a 64 shade box, so there are times when I do the mixing of colors on the paper itself, that is, I add in two colors and then I blend it so that I get the right mix. As I always say, the refinement stage is one of the most crucial stage, and it's the stage where you analyze your work the most. Once you add a color, keep checking its relative value with the other colors in your painting, check its chroma with the other colors, and if you find it's perfect, go ahead with the next color. Or if you find it's not the right shade or the right value, tweak it at that stage. The best way to analyze is to step back and keep checking the areas which need a bit more contrast or more blending. Once you're satisfied with the whole thing, it's now time to add in the final finishing touches. These details are the one that will make your painting pop and feel complete. And that wraps up our demo of the juicy orange slices using soft pastels. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Do drop in your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care, keep creating and exploring new artistic possibilities.